Hello, everyone. This is Mary Kurek of Frontrunners Innovate, and I have with me my co-host, and you should recognize her because she's co-hosted with me several times, which is Ambassador Ghazala Khan. And Ambassador Khan represents Pakistan with the Federation of International Gender and Human Rights, and is currently residing in Saudi Arabia. And Sharon Rose Aggrey, so is from Ghana, and she's our special guest today. And Sharon is a certified sustainability expert or leader, if you will, and is working with youth through the Global Foundation for Community Development, and she's the executive director there. So we're going to find out a little bit more about what she's doing. And as we sit right now, it is February 1st. But the first, I think, summit that she's putting on with the SDGs for youth is happening February 5th. Did I have that right, Sharon? And that is that's going to be for the youth around the world, if you want to join. So she's going to tell us a little bit more about that. But first, let's get to know her. So Sharon, talk to us a little bit about your background and what brought you to this type of work.
Thank you, Mary. I am a journalist. I'm a trained journalist before anything. And my work centered around deprived communities back in Ghana here. So I developed special interest in helping the vulnerables. And so afterwards, I went through the sustainability training with United People Global in Switzerland. Actually, it's a 3-month training whereby we went through the SDGs and positive citizen leadership, how we can make impact back in our countries. So after the training, I've been certified as a sustainability leader, first, to lead projects relating to the SDGs, and second, to train the youth back in Ghana here and Africa about the SDGs and how they can become positive ambassadors and contribute their own quota to achieving a better world. So basically, that is what I'm doing now. I'm the founder and executive director for Global Foundation for Community Development. It's a non-profit organization, and all that we do is to champion the SDGs. And that is exactly what we are doing now. And I've done so far 2 online and 2 in-person training. But this time around, I'm starting training on all campuses in Ghana, that is university campuses. And the first one is on 5th February, that's coming Saturday. And we are having this, it will be in person and online. So anyone who wants to join can register and the link will be sent to them. We are targeting 1,000 students from University of Development Studies, and it's in Tamale, Ghana. The whole idea is to train them about the SDGs, what sustainability is all about, and how they can become positive ambassadors and champion these causes in their various communities. So the second aspect deals with implementation of projects. And the project currently we are working on is SDG-6, which is clean water and sanitation. When it comes to the sanitation aspect, we are tackling waste segregation. And the water aspect is to provide solar-powered mechanized boreholes for communities in need of it. We champion the SDGs, but we take one at a time.
That's really smart, don't you think, Ambassador Khan, to take it? It could be overwhelming if you look at all 17 at once and try to attack it from that perspective. And I know Ambassador Khan understands that because she has worked with policymaking in a very sort of a siloed area of women's health, I think, once upon a time. You want to speak to that, Ambassador Khan?
Yeah, I like this idea, and it creates a more curiosity. I want to know. Please share the link with me of your training. I want to attend it so I can experience how you work with them. And secondly, the certification course you did, I want to check this too. Because today I had an interview with the Qatar University, and they told me that they want to work on the Islamic perspective of Sustainable Development Goal. So it's another perspective in which we can work on the Sustainable Development Goal. And your task, what you are doing, is amazing. And the main thing is that yes, you are teaching and mentoring the future youth, so that they know what is beyond the indicators and what is beyond the percentage and what is the number, because most people don't understand what is sustainable development goal. It is the general rule of life, how you can like spend your life in a better and best way without harming the world and the universe, and providing your value to the universe, and sustain this earth for the future generation. So yes, of course, if you do a more project with that, so it will be appreciated, and it will add more stars to your work. And I would like to know more about that.
Perfect, perfect. You know, from the standpoint of, you mentioned that you're concentrating this one on Sustainable Development Goal number 6, water and sanitation. And are you bringing in people who work in those spaces to kind of connect with you and with maybe the youth that you were talking about, pulling toward you, so that they get a perspective of what people are doing in those spaces now, the resources that are out there?
Can you come again on that, please?
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm thinking of is, as you're working on Sustainable Development Goal number 6 and introducing youth to that particular goal, are you able to connect the youth to people who are working in those spaces so that they get some kind of idea of what kind of solutions are people kind of putting out there? Because from a standpoint of what I do with business development, and I know Ambassador Khan knows this, is I have access to, probably right now I can think of maybe 4 or 5 people in my network working on water, but not one of them is doing it exactly the same way. They all have a different kind of solution to it. And I think that as you work through solutions and get ideas, it's good to see what ideas are already out there that help you formulate, you know, how expensive was this for them to do, and how logical was it for this group for them to do? Because I know that there's one member of my network that does water and drills for water, and you can't know specifically. You can try to have as much information in your head that this is a good location for it, but you can drill till the cows come home, and if there's no water, there's no water. And so it could be a very expensive thing to go at it, you know, when you can't be sure. You can't be sure. And then there's others that will take river water and, you know, sanitize, super sanitize instruments to be able to pull that water through and clean it and that kind of thing. So there's the drilling, there's the cleaning of other water and that sort of thing. And of course, sanitation has so many different elements to it. We have a resource in our network that this sounds really strange, but they put in bins for toilets. That's a different kind of sanitation, but it's more like hygiene. But it does help with the sanitation problem, because otherwise people are burying things that they shouldn't be burying, you know, in different places. So, you know, there's different resources. I was just wondering if having access to those resources for your youth as they learn and grow would be useful.
I mean, it will certainly be useful to us, and we are open to learn different methods of doing these things. We are very open, and actually we have a project manager implementing this. I am talking about it, but we have a project manager.
Now we have the Zoom freeze again.
Who
there we go.
Are open to other resources as well. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be good, just to know what's going on and maybe collaborate or partner with some of them. Neat. Okay. So that's where you came from. This is kind of what you're doing now. What else are you working on right now?
Okay, so as I said last week, for instance, we were in a fishing community educating the residents about effects of opidification. Yes, so the education is not only about being a positive citizen leader, but it also affects, we get close to the community, we get close to residents in the community, and we look at the problem at hand. We try to link it to the SDGs and sustainability. So aside the training and everything, we are in the community itself, talking to the residents about the effects of opidification. I remember last month we were in an illegal mining community, educating them as well about the effects of illegal mining. So we are all around. When we get to a community, we identify the problem there, then we speak to the residents, because even if the facilities will be provided, they need to understand why they are supposed to use the toilet facilities, why they are not supposed to do this because of future generations. So that is what we do. We educate them, then we try to see if we can provide the facilities to the communities if they don't have it.
That's wonderful. I think, you know, community by community, if we had a whole lot of more Sharons in the world, then we might actually get some things done.
Along with this, like even providing them, educating them about the sanitation and the hygiene, still we have to educate them about the proper and the mindful use of the water, because in future we are more in danger about toward the water and the lack of resources of water. Because if we melt the glaciers for the use of our self as a need, basic need for drinking, for washing, or for other stuff, on the other hand, if we lose the glaciers, so our world, we are more vulnerable toward the global warming, as because of our nuclear weapons and nuclear testing, which every country is doing on the daily basis, like the prayers, right?
Yeah.
So they don't miss any day, and which is directly affecting our environment. And like I'm surprised that they want to help the sustainable, to create a sustainable world, but we are not like eliminating, or we are not stopping the things which are adding more vulnerability toward the sustainability. So yes, the sanitation is important, but we also have to educate our kids that water is very much important. It is our life, because 99% water, our body is based on water. So for future, both should be go side by side.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You know, her background, Sharon, is also in research as well as policy development. So you're getting that brain coming at you.
Okay.
We've got our own little think tank right here.
Like when you tell your 5-year-old student or the 10 that wash your hands proper, and then he will turn on the tap and forget to turn off it and then use it and wash it and wash it. But we also have to teach him use the water properly and wisely.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second thing.
Oh, I know. So many things so many little details.
Yes,
To,
of course.
Process. Yes. So Sharon, we know what's happening this Saturday. Give us a little quick agenda rundown for Saturday's event, and then we can talk about future events coming up this year.
Okay. So as I said, the Saturday's event is it's all about training the youth about how they can take action, introduce them to the Sustainable Development Goals. Mind you, most of the people here, when you talk about the SDGs, they don't know what it's all about. Most of them. So we realize that before they can make positive impact, we need to educate them before they can get into this whole thing about the SDGs and the sustainability. So that is what we are doing. And the theme for Saturday's occasion is developing the right attitude and mindset to become ambassadors for the Sustainable Development Goals. And we have experts coming there to talk about this. We have the Dean for Sustainable Studies from University of Development Studies. We have a climate action expert, and a sustainability leader, a certified sustainability leader, and we have an IT consultant as well who cares about time management. So we spread the topic across. They're going to talk about the sustainability and me, how the youth can take action in promoting climate action advocacy. And I think the other two, I'm trying to pull them up so that I can get it for you.
Okay. Sounds like a hefty agenda.
It is.
Yeah, is this a day-long summit that you're doing?
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is. It is.
And while you're pulling things up, so we will include whatever registration information for all of you watching in with this this interview. We'll put it in YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you want more information, you can go to www.frontrunnersinnovate.com. We'll have this interview and we'll have all of her contact information, website links, all of the above, registration links right there. And this will also be a podcast. So you'll get it in that way as well. If you're one of those that just likes to walk and listen or drive and listen, it's available that way as well. So,
So Mary,
yeah.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary, we are guided by the firm belief that when the youth are empowered, they will be able to take bold actions to address the world's pressing needs towards the attainment of the SDGs. So the topics, as I said, one of them will be unlocking the strategies to start impactful initiatives. Okay. We'll talk about sustainability and what it means to you. We'll talk about the role of the youth in tackling climate change. And we'll talk about harnessing opportunities through business innovation. Then the final one will be time management. Mm-hmm. So these are the topics that we'll be covering.
Excellent. I think, and you're hitting the right youth age, that college, that university age, which is so important. I'd love to see this go beyond Ghana. And I think that's what your intentions are, is to
exactly.
The rest of Africa. Where else? Everywhere?
Everywhere.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Because it is global. We do have that word in your company title. Yes. So very good. So what other activities are you planning for the rest of this year?
Okay, so this training will be in all university campuses in Ghana. So the UDS is the first one. After UDS, we are moving to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. After that, we move to another university. As we are doing that, we are implementing our project as well in deprived communities. So after this, we'll move to other universities till we are done with the universities. Then we move to secondary schools. Then finally to the communities.
Okay, very good. That's very strategic. What do you think, Ambassador?
Yeah, I have a question. This year is only dedicated for informatory contents. Like this year, you will only spread the words and educate the masses, the students and the youngs and the society that what is the SDG, right? Is it like that?
Yes. Yes, okay. And what
so
sustainability
it means
all about.
Yeah. So this year will be only totally for the informations. And maybe at the second half or end of the year or the start of the next year, you will be able to come up with a project to implement it in practical shape.
Exactly.
Is it? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I would suggest that whenever you are spreading the words and asking this, educating the youth, at the same time, you ask them and at the end that we need a projects from you. Maybe you can develop a competition, just as we develop an entrepreneurship competition, that like anyone has a great idea about sustainability, any type of project, business projects, social entrepreneurship, you can say it, like social entrepreneur are welcome. So you can make a competition and get their ideas, and maybe 10 or 20 can win the seed money. So it will be helpful for you, because when you give initiative to the youth, it is kind of job, not a job, but it is empowering the youth at the same moment. Yeah, so you are also empowering them and providing them seed money with the, maybe you can invite the stakeholders, our investors, are the corporate sector businessmen. So if they like the ideas, they can invest in that on the youth. And maybe at the end of the year, you have a lot of projects. So in the start of the next year, you can just spread this project and start working on that.
Oh, thank you. That's a great idea. Thank you.
Welcome. I have a box full of ideas every time.
Oh, yeah, she does. This is good.
Yeah, that's why I'm consultant.
Sharon, I know you said when you were in Switzerland, when you were part of that sort of fellowship of training that you went, it was Switzerland, correct?
Yes, it's United People Global. They are in Switzerland, but the training was done online. And
Okay.
after the training, they take 60 leaders to Hurricane Island Center for Science and Leadership for training. And I'm fortunate to be the only person selected from Ghana among the 60 global leaders. And so I'll be going for the training this year. It's a 1-week training that will be in person in US.
Oh, okay, very good.
Congratulations.
Whereabouts in the US?
It's on the Hurricane Island Center
Gee,
for Science and Leadership. Yes, if I'm getting it right.
Okay, well, you know, I live on a hurricane island.
Yes, it's in California.
The opposite coast where we do get the hurricanes, literally, just about every time one comes up the coast, we get it. But interesting, very, very good stuff. So what I was gonna say is when you're working through this particular avenue of leadership that you have chosen, you are actually tasked to go back and do something with the learning. And so what you're doing now is that. And do you have to document everything that you're doing here? Do you have to have any kind of evidence or proof of what you're doing?
Yes, certainly. And I committed to 2 things, as I said initially, to train the youth about the SDGs and how they can take action and to implement a project. And that one, I've done it already.
Yeah.
So I've fulfilled that. It's left with a project.
Yeah.
But I am personally committed to helping deprived communities make an impact in Ghana. So it's in line with my own passion.
Your own personal mission.
Yes.
Okay. What we call that in the faith community is you've been anointed to do this and you can't help it. You just have to. You just have to.
Exactly.
This is fantastic. And we, of course, wish you much success with this. And we're going to see what we can do to help you promote some of these activities that you're doing. And I'll ask you the last question after I let Ambassador Khan have the final words here. And then I'll ask you who you need. So Ambassador Khan.
It's an inspirational story and inspirational work she is doing, and definitely she is impacting lives, especially in Ghana. And my best wishes are for her so that she can succeed in her project, and of course that she can send me a message that Ambassador, I did what you said, and now I have a lot of projects and I'm waiting for this message. And anything she needs in research, in business consultancy, or any business growth ideas, she's welcomed, and we are here to work with her. And I'll wish her best of luck for her future.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, Sharon, you knew this was coming. This is what I ask at the end of every interview. Who do you need to help you move forward? What types of individuals do you need to meet? They'll help you move your projects forward.
I would have said, I need everyone. I need everyone.
And you're the first person to answer me that way. But I want people to identify with I want them to self-identify. I want them to see this interview and go, that's me. And in order to do that, you need to paint us a little bit of a picture of the types of people that specifically you'd like to partner with, or that you would like to show up at these events, or, any other type of collaborator resource that you might be looking for. Some people tell me they need advisory board members, or some people tell me they need technical support or something like that. So tell me what you think.
So I would have said, I need everyone. I'm going to repeat, but
okay.
I need technical support, as you said. I need you, Mary. I need Ambassador. I need financial support. I need corporate bodies. So if I say everyone, that is what I mean. Everyone is welcome. And if you support what I'm doing, if you believe in the SDGs, if you believe in youth development, then I humbly invite you all to support us to make impact.
All right, very good. And as we mentioned before, that all the contact information and registration information we're going to provide to you along with this interview. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, check the details. We'll have that link there. also on our website, www.frontrunnersinnovate.com. You're going to find this interview and you'll find all that information, and also as a podcast. But since there's some people that will do this as a podcast and may not be able to access the details, Sharon, why don't you give your URL for your website where they can go? If you'll share that with us.
So they can go. We have a page on LinkedIn. Actually, our website is under construction now. So we are available on all the social media platforms. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Now you can get to my handle as well as Sharon Rose Aggrey, and my foundation, which is Global Foundation for Community Development. When you reach us, you get us. And the beginning of everything is difficult. Everything I'm doing is self-funding. So I invite everyone once again to support us in any way they can. Thank you.
True entrepreneur. You always bootstrap first, and then it goes well after that. So perfect. So everybody, we invite you to support Sharon and her efforts. And Ambassador Khan, thank you as always for joining us here as a co-host. And Sharon will say goodbye, but stay on for just a minute, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody else. Until next time, happy front running. Bye-bye.